I know. Before you kill me in the comments below, just hear me out. Finish the rest of this video and hear my top 3 reasons why I don't think you should carry a firearm. And if you still disagree at the end of this video, then you can yell at me in the comments below. Really quick, I have to give a quick definition so you have an understanding what I'm talking about. When I say carrying a firearm, I am referring to carrying out in public or inside your home, or having a firearm stored in your home for a home defense situation. So just keep that in mind as we're talking about carrying a firearm. Number 1 reason I would say not to carry a firearm: I've never shot the gun before. I know it sounds crazy. Just hear me out. Okay, so I have had countless friends and family members, especially with everything that's going on in our nation, go out and say, hey, I'm going to go get me a Glock 19 or a good old pump 12 gauge stored in my house for when things get crazy. My response: did you take it to the range yet? Did you have fun shooting it? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't shot it yet, but I have it at home, potentially save my life and my family member's life. Do not carry a firearm if you've never shot that gun. The most basic thing you can do is take that firearm to the range and see if it is functioning properly. It's going to do what it is designed to do, and what you're wanting it to do is protect yourself, your family members, and the ones you love.
Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Is it feeding the ammunition that you're going to be using for self-defense? You know, is it going to be feeding your hollow points? Is it going to be feeding your whatever you carry in your shotgun correctly? Is it going to function? The very basic thing you can do is see if that firearm functions properly. And another important aspect about not shooting a firearm that you're going to be using to protect yourself and your family members is the fact that I hope this never happens to any of you, but if you do have to use a firearm in a self-defense situation, let's say you're at home and you've never shot the gun before and you shoot it in a self-defense situation inside your home, it is going to be like a concussion grenade going off in the side of your face. It's going to be loud, it's going to be bright, disorienting. And if you just don't have, even though you go to the range and you have protective equipment on, your hearing protection, your eyes, things like that, you at least get familiar with the sound and the feel of shooting that particular gun. I say that particular gun because I'm referring to the one that you're going to be using to protect yourself. So getting to the range and just seeing if it functions properly is the basic thing to do. Is it feeding that ammunition that you're going to be trusting to save your life or your family member's life? Number 2 reason why I say you should not carry a firearm is inadequate training. With all the new gun owners coming around and, coming out of the woodworks, people who've previously said that you don't need a gun are coming out saying, hey, I want to go get me a gun. They get their gun, and maybe they do take it to the range a couple times, and they're like, okay, I have an idea, and it stops there. Do not carry a firearm if you are not training. I'm not telling you to be John Wick here. What I am saying is that you need to at least be familiar with the basics of firearm safety, firearm handling, the function of your firearm. Can you load and unload that firearm correctly, especially in a stressful situation? Do you have proper sight alignment with that, proper trigger discipline, proper trigger pull? Do you have the basics down? Can you clear a malfunction in that gun that you're using? This is the basic 101. Can you recite the basics firearm safety rules? Do you have an idea of what responsibility you're carrying when you have that firearm and you're going to use it in a self-defense situation? Go get training. Go to your local gun shop and support your local gun shop and see if they have any programs or anything. Most of them do. If they have a range, they're going to have a training program. Like I said, you don't got to be John Wick here, or you don't have to be, some crazy gunslinger, but you do need to be familiar with the basic handling and, importantly, safety rules of your firearm. Number 3 reason I say do not carry a firearm: the responsibility that comes along with being a firearm owner. Not only that, but carrying one out in public or using one in a self-defense situation at home. It is a big responsibility. When I say responsibility, I'm saying you're in charge of every single round that comes out of your firearm. Wherever it goes, you are in charge of it. And I'll tell you the truth, I am just as fearful as undertrained and just irresponsible gun owners out in public as I am of criminals, because if you're out there shooting willy-nilly and trying to use your gun in a self-defense situation and you not familiar with your firearm and you don't understand the responsibility of carrying that firearm and you're just shooting off rounds out in public, well, you could potentially hit myself or my family members, and I would not be a happy person if that happened. So this is why I'm saying it's important to just understand the responsibility, know your laws.
Please don't tell me what I know and don't know. I know the law.
I'm not an attorney, and this isn't legal advice, but know the laws of your state. Get in contact, do some research, and know when and why you should be using a firearm in a self-defense situation. Another big part of the responsibility of carrying a firearm, you have to understand if you use it in a self-defense situation, police is going to show up, and that police officer is a human being, and he's going to assess the situation. He's going to listen to stories from everyone else. He's going to piece it together. He's going to watch footage, and they're going to bring out whatever other officers they have to bring out. They're going to come to an agreement, and they're going to say this is what happened. And sometimes, even in self-defense situations where you are justified, there could be a very good chance that you have the bracelets put on you, and you are sitting in the back of a squad car, transported to jail, get booked in. It would be a terrifying, on top of what just happened, you're going to have to live with being your freedom taken from you. That is a scary situation. Even if the courts hopefully will sort it out correctly in your favor, if it's a justified self-defense situation, you still have to deal with that. Your family has to deal with that, and that's a huge responsibility. And I'm not trying to scare anyone away from carrying a firearm, but what I am saying is understand that responsibility and what comes along with that. Get yourself, I don't have any specific ones here, but you can look them up, and I'm sure they'll kind of rate them. A good carry insurance seems a little ridiculous. They're cheap, $20-$30 a month, and at least the financial burden of a situation, hopefully you don't have to, happens where you're not worried about having to sell your home or anything like that, responsible because you need you're trying to fight for your freedom and your family going through that. So understand the responsibility. My hope is that everyone, I see responsible gun owners who are understand the responsibility, who are familiar with their firearm platform, who are well trained out there. I want to see everyone out there carrying a firearm to protect themselves or family. I want them out there with me, and I want them well trained. That way I know that they know what they're doing, and not only are they protecting themselves and their family members, but I'm protected as well in a situation where people aren't just shooting around without any idea of what to do or how to do it. So those are my 3 reasons why I said you should not carry a firearm. So if you still disagree with me, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you have any other points that you want to make about carrying a firearm, whether that's in public or at home, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. YouTube makes it difficult for these channels to get out there.